front, but in the meantime I am building a Nidus Word in the back for Harass, so kind of like a pincer movement here. And I'm going to get that queen yet again, so it's like a huge victory as it just goes down there. Banshees again, Cloak, going to do good damage on the ground unit, so it's not really good fight, and at this point I'm going to lose my units if I don't retreat soon. I eventually get the hint. Next to the Nidus Worm, I will retreat and not lose most of my roaches here, which can only attack ground, of course. Be able to retreat, all my roaches are going to get cut down. So my roaches were safe in the network, did some harassment there, and of course, the roach is almost gone, but he will regenerate over time. And, let's notice that queen there with the speed boost. They move much faster on creep, so I really should start expanding creep to my main here. Of course, I do have a spore colony there coming into play to help defend that against any banshee attacks. Allies going for these destructible rocks here. Interesting that he didn't engage those banshees. It probably saved them, because if they had cloaked, they would have taken out these units, no problem. But the Terran probably sent him to go automatically. But you see some mules harvesting high resources here. He's already expanded, able to get a really good resource push. And here come the banshees back into my base. But I do have a detector, so they're not really going to be able to do much. They're going to get taken out if they stay there. You see that he decloaks there. No point in wasting the cloak energy on that attack with the detector. Of course, I'm just going to send my overseer to follow him. And with that spore colony there, those banshees aren't going to last long. Attack cloaked units and they just fall like flies, swatted, pinned like butterflies on a butterfly pinning board. And what else do we have going on? We see that Terran player is switching strategies a little bit, going from air to ground units. He does have stim, he's searching there, able to give these guys a big boost when they attack. Not that I condone such things. And what else do we have? Not too much action going on. We see that my ally is planning a little bit of this high yield expansion to get minerals faster. And in the meantime, he's expanding as well. It's pretty important for TOS to expand early. If they expand early and can get away with it, they can pump out units really fast thanks to Chrono Boost. And here comes yet another attack here. The Stalker's moving, of course, much faster in the battlefield. We should have selected them and moved them back in behind for supporting units. Big mistake on our part there, but I'm not really going to last too long here. Let's see what happens. There's a two-front battle here. My unit's just going to get taken down by the Naughty Marine Medevac combo and M's. Shocking goodness. And you see as well that my forces were lost. I did make a few changes there from my overseer. They kind of morphed into an allied colored unit. Just a little bit of fodder actually, because it distracted him a little bit, just to try to get some extra millisecond damaging on his units, but it didn't really do much. And what do we have? Looks like we're seemingly undefended. My ally is warping in a few units. Let's just take a look at ABM quickly. Army, we don't have much. They have much better army than we do. Of course, I do have some more Hydras in production. And they're going to come out, looks like, just in the nick of time. Force field there, just kind of forcing him to retreat a little bit. So, more Hydra's just going to get cut down. Not much you can do. You have more spawning from my main, so let's see what happens here now. There goes my queen. But it looks like we just have more units. They're coming from behind my extra Hydras there, so there's not much they can do. We were just able to mount the defense in the nick of time there. Health bars here. It's always good to check the health bars first of all, and you can see that I do have some fast speedings coming into play here. Very effective counter against those Hydras. And retreating, not really the best move. There's no way he can hope to outrun them. They're just going to get taken out here. Could have probably gotten half of those lings. So let's see what happens here now with a bit of harassment technology. Speed upgrade again. Hydra's not that useful. They're just going to get taken down. Pretty cheap and effective harassment here. Let's see payback. Those Hydras are even able to get his queen. So another pretty effective attack against the Zerg player. not that expensive to do. Let's see, what else do we have going on now? We have a lot of marauders on the battlefield. See that my ally is starting to cannon up a little bit there. And, yes, what happened? Another quick counter. I spawned another Nidus Blink here, quickly to harass the Surge economy. Of course, the units are out of position. They're forced to move, and that gives me enough time to do some awesome damage to his econ. And, of course, I don't stand a chance against that, so I quickly retreat. Don't lose that many units. Definitely worth 100 gas and minerals, and there goes that worm taken down. And he finally takes out my Overlord. I had vision of his base for quite some time. See the Metavanks there, healing up their forces. And of course, I realized I made a mistake at this point, too. Too much cash is never a good thing. And I had quite a bit on hand, up to 1,300 minerals, so we need to really mass a few forces here just for an extra push. See, I do have dual Nidus networks in the works here. Nidus networks are very effective in duel because you can put them in different areas of the map simultaneously. You can do quick attacks and really get your army out of position, so we'll see coming up here how I use that in this battle. So my units aren't really upgraded yet. There was one upgrade on the Roaches there and on the Hydras, but really should be upgrading my units more for a longer game, make them more effective. See that the Terran player is going to start going towards that high expansion, and here we are massing units as well. So let's take a look at APM here. Pretty average. I'm around 60. Like I said, we're not pros, but as you can see here, I go up to 216 when I need to. So always good there. And building a Nidus network in my bases so I can transport units all to my 3 bases. But this might seem unprotected, but when I bring up a worm here, I'll be able to release my forces quickly for defense if need be. Also get to transport drones, that way they're not caught up in the open if they have to walk all that distance. Let's take a look at production. You see the red player doing a lot of upgrades there for his Roaches. I do have Zerg weapons 2 coming and a Nidus Worm coming as well, which of course, like I said, was heading to my other base to reinforce it with some drones. Of course, you're able to bring up a worm anywhere you have sight on the battlefield. You see a lot of cannons here to defend this position. Not really worth that much money. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we see we were massing quite a big force here. We have some Immortals that can only attack ground like the tanks for the Protoss army. Bringing in another one. So it looks like we're going to have another pretty big battle here coming up. I realize it too. We spend a lot of time building units when there's not much action. You see that another huge, massive force for the enemy team here, so it'll be interesting to see how this results. Looking at production, we do see Blink, allowing units to teleport a short distance over the map, coming in for the Protoss player. For the Terran, we do see he's finally upgrading the infantry of his units. And building an infestation pit here to hopefully upgrade to a hive for more upgrades on my units. And here comes the other force, no doubt heading towards that high mineral expansion. He does have vision of his Overlord up there. So interesting choice we make here. We do not defend this expansion, which is something perhaps we should have done. But we instead choose to head for their main force right into the Terran base. We just see ghosts coming in here. Mobius reactor. String change probably for EMP, which deals a lot of damage to TOS because it takes out their shields, which are a lot of hit points. Here we see our expansion just getting destroyed by this force. Hardly any damage, really. They're going to recover all those metamaps. The force just gets taken down, but of course, while the cat's away, we're going right into their main. Trying to make dual Nidus Worms in here just to try to reinforce this army really quickly. But